Hi, Katherine. My name's Melissa. I'm the representative from Comcast Spotlight. How are you today?
I'm good, Melissa. Thank you for setting up this meeting with me. I
No.
own a new gym in South Florida, and the gym is called Planet Mundo Fitness. We are a new boutique fitness studio based in Coral Gables, and we would love to get like an idea of what you can offer us bigger picture-wise for our gym.
Perfect. So as you know, we're a business that offers advertising solutions. So everything you might have a problem with, you might not know about, we're here to help you. So don't you worry. By the end of this meeting, hopefully I've gone over all your concerns. Um, so basically just tell me a little bit about your business, like what you're doing right now, what it is that you guys have going up. I think I've seen your gyms every now and then when I've passed by the area. And let me tell you, I see that it's always packed. So whatever you're doing a good job at it.
Thank you so much. So our new gym, so we wanted to have a gym that feels more like a club, feels more like a party. We wanted to steer clear of like the very traditional ways
Right.
of fitness. We wanted to include lots of like interior decoration, lots of light shows, lots of good music, and we really want to push Zumba among our Latin community, especially our Latin women. We wanted to create a space where they felt safe to just be themselves and have fun. That felt closer to like their party life,
A
not
hundred
so
percent.
much making them feel like a chore.
100%. Well, me being Hispanic, I think that's a great idea. Especially since you're based in Coral Gables, just Miami in general, that area has a lot of, different, cultures and stuff to offer. I think trying to target Hispanic women is going to absolutely bring a big revenue to your gym. Um, so just tell me a little bit about yourself. We're going to be working together. Has this always been a passion of yours? Like, what made you want to target women now?
So when I was little, I feel like fitness has always been part of my life. I was in gymnastics when I was little, and that sport requires a lot of discipline and like rigorous hours and training. And this then carried on to how I was all my life. And I decided to help others learn this way of life since fitness from a very young age was very important to me. So yeah, gymnastics definitely sprouted that for me.
Perfect. And then would you say that most recently that you're saying you want to target Hispanic women because you're opening up the Zumba facility as well?
Yes, so we have the Zumba facility. We do see more of a Latin-based target right now, but we want to get more women in the gym. We find that it's a lot easier to get the men to come because of the party atmosphere, but we just want to create a fun environment for women to also feel free to just work out and be themselves and be comfortable.
100%, 100%. So as we're talking about this, what would you say is like the current demographics? Like who do you see more? You mentioned that the men are usually more at the gym just because it has a more party vibe and stuff like that. What do you think you're lacking as far as to bring in women?
So right now, I think what we're lacking is just getting that the word out on social media.
Right.
We know that women are like always on social media just as much as men, but I think an extra push,
100%
when
we're on there 24/7.
yeah. So we're always looking for fitness inspiration and always new recipes, things like that. So our target demographic is a group of 25 to 54. So we have a large age gap. So it's just now about pulling the women in and getting them excited about the Zumba classes. We want to reach those willing to invest in their workout experience and who can see value in like this new way of maintaining fitness.
Awesome, awesome. And then the age group you mentioned, 25 to 54, that's going to be the same thing for the women. That's who you want to target. Old and new, doesn't matter, you know?
Yes. Hmm.
Perfect, perfect. So I definitely see why the demographics here wanting to target are really desirable. I think, like we said, even though it's a big gap in age group, I think even the young and older women are going to appreciate having a safe space to go and just, being themselves and being able to get some workouts in. Um, I understand what you're doing about wanting to build like a loyal brand relationship. I think that's number one target. And I think that if you keep doing that and keep going the route you're going, people are going to see that. It's not like those gyms that they go, once a week or twice a month and then they stop going just because, they don't feel that connection anymore. So for right now, what are the main issues that you're currently, like struggling with? I know you mentioned social media. Can you expand a little bit?
So we would like to first and foremost get our engagement up higher. I do see a lot of Instagram posts that get a lot of views, but we don't see a lot of click through. We also need more out of the ads to get people out of the ads way to get people, like just not typical ways of doing advertisements. We want to have like engaging, maybe video ads on social media. And you also want to get people to actually purchase the packages that are going to be more sustainable for us. One of our biggest issues we're facing right now is that many of our customers are opting for our weekly plan, which is $19.99, instead of the monthly plan that's $99 a month. And our sales have dropped by 5% this past year. That's like $50,000 for us. So it's been rough, and we just want to be able to get our consumers to see that, there is value in the long term with us, and that's what we equate to our 99 a month plan.
100%. So this is actually a really common problem when it comes to subscriptions. People always want to take the easy way out and pay the monthly just because it's cheaper, but in the long run, they're not realizing that they're ending up paying more. So we just have to make that noticeable to the customers and, make it a point that, they're going to pay less even though they're paying a bigger amount first, and they're getting better quality service, and wherever else they would go, that they might end up paying cheaper money for it. But definitely, I think that's number one that we can work on. As far as engagement, you had the right idea. Posting videos, especially of like a trial for the Zumba classes. We can do like promotions for the classes. Do a certain age group one day, do a certain age group another day, or just different times throughout the day, just so that they can see that you're trying to make it to their style. But of course, obviously, how you run your gym is how you run your gym. We're just going to give you pointers, and hopefully we can help you bring that the sales back up. But our biggest thing that we want to start out by saying is you don't have to have any Xfinity products to use us. So we are separate from all those products. You don't have to have cable, internet, nothing, no cell phones, nothing. So just to wipe that worry off your shoulders. So as far as what your goals are, I know you've mentioned, targeting the audience, the Instagram engagement, and social media in general. So what are your goals for, where do you see Planet Mundo in, a couple years from now?
So what we really would like is for Planet Mundo Fitness to be like a household name. I know it sounds like kind of an unrealistic thing, but I know that people have to start somewhere. We know that LA Fitness had to start somewhere before they had so many locations across the U.S. So we would love to be the #1 fitness center in South Florida. We would like higher engagement with our consumers, and we would love to surpass our competition. There's so many different gyms, small gyms, big brand gyms. We just want to be able to not only compete with these gyms, but also just be able to show our consumers that we surpass them in all these ways, And on the financial side, I desire for our sales to increase significantly by the end of this year, and more of our consumers to opt for our unlimited plan, monthly plan, the $99 a month plan, than our weekly plan, just to give us some security to help us gain back what we lost. And hopefully with the $99 a month plan, just give us a more sustainable source of income to keep growing the gyms.
100%. So like I said, all of these things are very realistic. I don't think we're going to struggle getting you there. I'm just going to let you know right now. We've done a lot of business with smaller companies just like yours who are wanting to expand. And let me tell you, it's been going great. They don't have any concerns. They don't have any questions. They just see results. And then that's what speaks for our company. It's not about what we tell you. It's about the results you see later on. So if you'd like, you can just pull up the demographic maps that I sent you and all that in the packages that I sent. So if you notice here, we have all, the demographics of income, age, all the information that you're going to need to see where your customers are that you would want to target. This is just a little, look so you can see from now on. Like I said, we have experience with this. So basically, like our targeting advertisement, it can improve your engagement with your audience. You know who you're going to want to target, and you know who's going to go into it and actually click through. You know who's not going to. As much as your audience, you want it to be from 25 to 54, and all realistically speaking, you're going to have a lower target income and a lower engagement with the older audience just because they're not so used to social media. But, not to worry, we're still going to do things that can get it out there, whether it be like TV ads and stuff like that we know they're going to see. So, yeah, what do you think about all this?
I think this sounds great. Like, this sounds awesome. I definitely want to look over all this information you've given me. And I would like to let you know by the end of this week, what we decide. I feel like this is very promising. And I really do appreciate what you were saying about the older audience, because we did take that into consideration too, as much as we have, the push on social media for this younger audience. We understand that, people on the older end of our demographics that we're targeting may not see those. So it's always good to think, to have someone to help think outside the box in those ways to make sure we're not missing anything.
Right.
But yeah, this sounds very promising. I'm very excited about this.
Awesome, awesome. Is there any questions or concerns that you may have, like anything at all? Just, say it now and we'll go over it.
Let me see. So we're new to this. We're new to this advertising service. We've only known about this, the past few months. And I just want to make sure that this is a tool that we can keep up with, we can stay up to date with. Will we be walked through the process? I mean, we just don't want to feel, like that we're just going to start it and then we won't know what to do on our own, because we're not all as technology savvy as we'd like to be.
100%. So we'll be with you every step of the way. Any questions or concerns throughout the process, if you have, feel free to call me or, anybody on our team. We'll all jump in to help you. We just want to bring the value and to be there with you along this journey. We're going to walk you through the whole thing and just make sure that your goals are being met. So if for 1 second you don't think that we're up to the standard of what your goals are, you let us know and we'll redo everything and try to make it right.
Oh, that's so good. Since we would be new to this, I feel like that gives me a lot of ease to know that, you guys are going to be with us. Let me see. I'm just thinking randomly. So another concern that we have is pricing.
Right.
I took a look at the informational package that you sent, and it's a large investment for our business. I saw a few different prices floating around. I'm not 100% sure which one would apply to us, and there are some prices floating around that I'm not sure we could afford, but right. I would just wanted to hear a little bit more on that.
So the perfect thing about our packages is that you don't have to choose them. So if there's not a package that, from the start says that
good.
What I need, we will customize a package for you. And obviously the pricing is going to be different on those customized packages. But like I said, they're not a firm package that you have to choose from the get-go. If one works, one works. But if it doesn't, we're definitely here to help you make a package that'll, meet all of your needs, including your financial needs.
Okay. Yay. Okay, good. So there's a lot of different packages to choose from, but that's awesome. So we would be working with you to see which one would work best for us.
Yeah, 100%. If there's not one, we'll make one for you.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that sounds great. That's awesome. So where would we go forward from here? I would love to hear more about this and see what we can do going forward.
Of course. So is there any time next week that we can set up an in-person meeting so I can go over and honestly just go over the packages with you and see what we can come up with?
Next week we have training. I feel like some of the times I'm available, you may not be available. They're kind of early morning.
That's okay.
Because we have training. Okay, next week, you sure? Because I feel bad, but 7 a.m. is usually the time I'm available on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So
that's perfectly fine. We'll be there at 7 a.m.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that sounds great. So you could schedule it with my receptionist.
Awesome.
Clara. Yeah, so Tuesday, 7 a.m. is the best time. So 7 to about 7:45 is the only time I'm free.
That's fine. That's more than enough time to go over everything.
Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you so much for this. This has been a very great experience, very informative. And I look forward to getting more information.
Awesome. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.